This is episode 3 of The Rose Vault, session 2 of 10 in the Journey to Remembering series. This is the moment I remembered. I am the grand observer, a silent witness, a seeder of balance. This transmission became just yet another puzzle piece in the long riddle of who I truly am. In this remembrance, Ma'at reveals her true role, not as judge, but as divine witness. She speaks of balance, protection, light language, and the sacred act of observation that seeded Earth's evolution. Let the words land where they will. There is more than just a story here.
You feel yourself being pulled towards this symbol, through this symbol, this magnetic force that's drawing you more strongly and more strongly through this portal, through this symbol, and you're realizing that you're moving back through time, back through space, back into a past life, back into Egypt, back where you came from, back, all the way, and feel yourself moving. And you travel back through time, through this portal, and then you begin to become aware of this past life. You begin to become aware of yourself back in Egypt. You feel your feet resting, landing on the ground. You notice your feet. Notice the ground beneath you. Feeling heavy and grounded back in this past life. And as you arrive, just describe what you're experiencing.
I see shoes,
Mm-hmm.
brown leather. There's straps up my legs. The ground is dirt mixed with sand and rock and dirt, like little round pebbles. It's mostly tan, like sand, though. As I look up, I see stucco-like huts, small buildings. I see people walking camels, leading them with harnesses.
Mm-hmm.
I see everyone's very busy.
Mm-hmm.
People on the street with food for sale, baskets of fruits and vegetables, trinkets, beaded jewelry. Everyone's darker skin, turbans on their head to protect them from the sun, like wraps. Children are playing and running past me, kicking up dust as they go.
Maybe you sense this dust as you breathe in, noticing the smell of this place, feeling the temperature on your skin.
It's hot. I'm walking around with a parasol, but I'm not holding it. Some other people are holding it for me.
Who is holding it?
Like a helper, a young girl.
Why do you have a helper?
I have one who's holding his parasol, and I have another who's fanning me with a big leaf. It's really hot out. The sun is big.
And what's your
I'm a
name?
helper because I'm a goddess, and all goddesses and gods have these people to help, so that when we walk around, we can focus on the tasks at hand.
Oh, I see.
We are not to be disturbed from our observations.
And what are you observing?
How people are living, if they're living in peace, harmony, or despair. Observing how much food is being for sale, if it's enough, if it's sold for enough, if that amount is enough for people to live on. Observing how the children play, how the dust hits our skin, how the sun feels across our back, and how the air feels when it hits our face. Observing everything, to just simply be and observing. If we're holding on to things, during our observation hours, then we are not fully present to observe.
Mm. And how does a goddess come to be on the earth plane?
Through incarnations,
Mm.
not necessarily born into, arrived onto.
Mm-hmm. And how do people respond to you or react to you or treat you?
Me, as Ma'at, they're very respectful towards me. They see that my purpose is to not judge, but observe and enhance their life,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out what they need and don't need in this life. And some that are woke understand that I will assist them in what their next life will be.
What do you mean by that?
Some that are very spiritual and connected and understand
Mm-hmm.
and worship the sun. They understand that this is not their only life that they will cherish, while others that are not there yet and may never be, perhaps that's not what their choice was, do not understand. However, they know the kindness and compassion and moral standards and values that Ma'at holds
Mm-hmm.
without judgment
Mm-hmm.
of the people. They respect her.
Mm. And about what percentage of the people are these sun worshippers?
Within Egypt itself, probably only 30%.
Mm-hmm. And
The
what
rest
would you?
will, the rest will either get there in time or not at all,
I see.
depending on their choice of incarnation,
Mm-hmm.
their lessons they're here to learn.
Mm-hmm. And so you're here in Egypt observing.
Yes, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I take walks along all different paths. And sometimes I repeat. I do this in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evenings,
Mm-hmm.
as the course of time and the sun moves throughout the day. So do the activities of the people. So
Mm-hmm.
does the weather. So do the activities of the animals and the water and the
Mm-hmm.
wind. Some days I do not sleep, so I can see what it's doing during those hours of the early mornings when it's dark,
Mm-hmm.
observing
And
it all.
mm-hmm. And about how old are you?
I'm 27.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing the same body I always house.
Mm-hmm. And where do you live?
I live in the palace with Thoth, the Isis, Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
We
And
all live.
where you all live in the palace?
Yes, the different sections, but yes,
Isis, Thoth, and
yes,
Osiris.
with Cyrus.
And who else lives in the palace with you?
Over time, our children live there. Sesket, Horus.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes other gods and goddesses come in and out, but they have their own places outside of the main palace. The main palace is very open with columns to let the breeze come through on these hot days.
Mm-hmm.
There are big statuesque lions adorning the doors. They're
Mm.
not doors, they're more like column openings where a door should be.
And what is the significance of the lions?
Strength, protection.
Mm.
The lion has great energy,
Mm. And so you
royalty.
royalty.
Yes.
And how do the other citizens of Egypt, the humans, feel about all of you that live in the palace? What is their attitude and relationship towards you?
Most of them are in kind. They see we bring big change and ideas, transformation, regeneration, innovation, technology they would not foresee otherwise, advancements in human species, advancements in how we'll look, feel, act, talk, walk, grow. Some do not believe in us, but that was the path they chose.
And you said some of the people are kind.
In kind, they think of us in kind.
In
Yes.
kind, what does this mean?
Meaning they respect us. They know we're there for good. And the greatest good of all.
Okay, in kind. And you mentioned the Sesket. Can you tell me more about her?
She's my daughter. I birthed her. It was a difficult birth. I was afraid I'd lose her like I lost my first child, which was sad. But she came out healthy and strong. I bled a lot like I did at the first. I'm trying to understand how to put the human body back together after birth. It's interesting. An interesting thing to observe.
And where is Sesket now?
She's incarnate on Earth.
In this past life in Egypt, where is she?
Oh, she's being taken care of with other people, like housemaids and nurses that you would call. She's being grown up, high society functions. She is loved and adored by all. She's very smart. Holds a very, very high vibration.
And why do people love and adore her?
Because she's from royalty. And she has this large glowing beam about her. Like you can see her angelic qualities at all times. But she's born from the light. She is not Thoth's daughter. She is Osiris's daughter. The problem with Thoth and when my first child, who I lost, it was not proper procreation, you would say. Thoth is not a typical human species being. He's from different galaxy altogether, a different race.
This is Thoth?
Yes.
Okay.
So when we tried to procreate in a different way, as we have observed and tested, it was not successful. And the emotions of that were very challenging.
Why was it
difficult?
And why was it not successful?
We were still trying to figure out how to procreate, to incarnate higher vibrational souls into Earth. Higher vibrational souls in bodies and small embryos were challenging due to the high frequencies of the cells and coming into a very small incubated like body, such as a baby's embryo. And even had 36 weeks ingestion of a baby was very difficult for high vibrational beings.
Mm.
So those that were incarnating into those types of bodies through a body in a woman, female body,
Mhm.
were a little lower vibrational, easier for them to transform.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Thoth
And
being very high vibrational from a different galaxy. And I myself as Ma'at and the mother of the universe, vibrational, very, very difficult to incarnate. But we attempted so for testing and growth through our observations, and it did not work.
mm. And what happened to the soul or the energy of this being that you were trying to incarnate?
Just went back out into the ethers.
Mm. Mm. And what happened after
Yes,
that?
that soul was to be Horus, but Horus came in through a different way.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Osiris wasn't as high vibrational as Thoth.
Mm-hmm.
He was from this galaxy vibrationally.
Mm-hmm.
And so that worked. And so when that worked, we observed more so that we could grow and understand for hybriding other galaxy vibrational beings
Mm-hmm.
across multiple galaxies and multiple universes and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I, through penetration with Osiris,
Mm-hmm.
worked. But most of those in the village assumed it was Thoth and I's baby, and we just kept it as so.
Mm. And why would they assume that?
Because we were trying to have moral compass and values, and we didn't want to show that Osiris and I had a baby. Yes.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Perception, purposes.
And why did the people think that it was you and Toth's baby?
We were married.
Ah, I see.
Mm.
Mm.
He was my partner and I was his.
Mm-hmm.
He was my masculine and I was his balance of feminine.
Mm-hmm. And what else can you tell me about Toth that's important?
He didn't have a head of a bird.
Mm.
He mm, he associated with that for his skills and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes he had the look of a human, but he could manifest and manipulate and transform who he is
Mm-hmm.
visually, sometimes a head of a bird, but mostly not.
Mm. Why is
Shapeshift. He could shapeshift
mm-hmm.
when needed. He brought much to this planet and this entire universe, actually.
Mm.
He works directly with Source. He hops different galaxies and universes within those galaxies to not just plant seeds, but to grow the seeds and help those grow with those seeds, with language and like skills and mind, body and soul.
Mm. And when you say he's from a different galaxy, where is he from exactly?
Nebulae.
nebulae.
which is 560,000 light years away. He jumps
And
through wormholes and portals.
mm-hmm,
He's everywhere.
mm-hmm,
He can split his energy and vibrational frequency into multiples.
mm,
He knows how to transform time and bend realities and move in and out of bodies and shapeshift still today.
mm,
He's magnificent.
mm. He sounds very complex, extremely complex.
His vibrational frequency reaches to the 22nd level, of which here on Earth we don't recognize as being part of any level,
Mm,
sometimes to the 24.
mm. What does that mean exactly?
He's one away from source.
Mm,
He's true godlike.
mm. Are there any others like him?
No,
Mm,
he would be like perspective here. You have a president and a vice president. He'd be like the vice presidents of God.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mhm. A true creator.
And how did you come to be married to such a magnificent being?
I was to come here as the mother of the universe and observe everything for this planet in particular. And the mother of this universe, not all universes, just this one.
Mm-hmm,
I was to work with him to observe and understand the seeding for this evolution of this particular planet and all its parallel realities.
mm,
We were to work hand in hand. Here on Earth, we seeded the idea of coupling. So,
mm-hmm,
so we didn't stick out too much. We were coupling.
mm,
And through that, we were also understanding how through the act of coupling, your energy grows stronger and bigger and brighter and bolder,
mm,
which is also a form of our observing.
mm-hmm. And why did you decide to have children?
Part of the process and the observing and seeding and planting,
Mm-hmm,
understanding, perfecting the hybrid part of here on Earth with a man and a woman beings,
mm-hmm,
and pushing the norm and pushing 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 the process, yes,
mm,
of how to get high vibrational beings into this planet
mm-hmm,
through birthing. Because I, as Ma, was not birthed into this planet, nor was Thoth, nor was Isis, nor was Osiris.
mm.
We landed, we planted ourselves here
And how did you do that?
through a spaceship and into our hologram bodies.
Mm-hmm. And
Human
how
beings
did,
were already planted and having babies, but they were low vibrational babies. This is the big difference.
I see.
Lower vibrational souls who have yet to grow,
Mm-hmm,
higher vibrational souls who've grown over time, lots of lifetimes, lots of experience, lots of soul growth,
mm-hmm,
found it difficult to be birthed into this planet at that time.
mm-hmm,
So we flew in.
mm,
That is why all your Bibles and your other stories and hieroglyphs show spaceships or big bright lights in the sky.
mm. Because that's how you
We
came
were the
in.
big bright lights in the sky.
Oh, I see. Did the people then understand what was happening
Yes,
when you would come in?
yes.
Mm-hmm,
Specifically the natives of the sacred land
mm-hmm,
across Earth.
And how did they feel about that?
We were friendly. We did not come to destroy them or who they are. We came to teach them and help them grow.
Mm-hmm.
We showed them language. We showed them how to write. We showed them fire, how to use water,
Mm-hmm.
how to nurture their body,
Mm-hmm.
how to heal their body with plants, water.
Mm-hmm.
They looked at us as sacred.
Mm-hmm.
We allowed their community to flourish with love, hope, and understanding, and education.
Mm-hmm.
They were really respectful to Earth and her beauty and all she has to offer.
Mm-hmm. And so going back to Sesket,
Yes.
can you move now to a time in this past life when you are interacting with her, a significant time?
Yes. It makes me happy to see.
Mm-hmm. Tell
She
me
was
about that.
probably she was probably 8. She was 8
Mm-hmm.
when I was kneeling down and showing her how to write and draw on a scroll, a little one in my hand with a feather and some ink that we used from plants,
Mm-hmm.
and showing her how it flows across this leather scroll. And she was so tickled. Her face got big and bright. She smiled from ear to ear. And she was hooked in that moment. Later, she became a beautiful scribe alongside Thoth.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote many historical scrolls over her time. She was always there, writing,
Mm-hmm.
recording with my observations. She grew up alongside of me, writing my observations.
I see. And you said earlier that she was loved and adored by all and had angelic qualities.
Yes,
And what was her relationship to her father, Osiris?
kind and secret.
Mm,
She would often go to him and see him behind closed doors in the palace. It was never public. They had a good relationship.
mm-hmm,
It was kind and loving and enduring.
mm-hmm,
But she had one with Thoth too. But that one was more public, of course.
mm-hmm,
Yes.
right. Mm. And so she was a scribe.
She was my scribe for the longest time. On these
Okay.
walks we would take day by day, she would walk beside me, also having a parasol held for her as she
Mm-hmm,
scribed my observations, getting all the details just perfect. Thoth was his own scribe and he had a series of scribers. So I needed one for all my observations that I could
mm-hmm,
trust,
mm-hmm,
that the people loved so they wouldn't be afraid when they saw her. They wouldn't
mm,
always be assuming she was writing something judging.
mm-hmm,
We were not judgmental.
mm-hmm,
We wanted the people to feel at ease. And since Sesket had an angelic quality about her, just her energy alone would set the pace for ease and comfort, peace.
mm-hmm. Is there
People would
anything
often be open to her and tell her things that I could not observe. And that was
mm,
very helpful for scribing.
very interesting?
Yes.
Mm. So she was trusted, it sounds like.
Yes, very much so. She loved the people. She loved talking to them. I see
Mm,
her now. She's off to the side, chatting with people, those that are in poverty and specifically.
mm,
She liked to lend them love.
mm. She sounds very sweet.
Very much so.
Is there anything else that's important to know about her?
She was high vibrational. That's how she came to be, yes.
Mm-hmm.
To see, she's the Archangel Michael,
Mm.
incarnate at that time.
Mm.
Hence her angelic beauty.
Mm-hmm. So she was the Archangel Michael,
Yes.
incarnated as Sesket.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Bringing in feminine balance.
Mm. And so, what can you tell me about these wings?
My wings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are you aware of your wings now?
Yes. I'm flying above the trees.
Mm.
I even observe up here.
Mm.
One needs to observe every aspect of this planet, including the sky.
Mm.
There's so many beautiful beings living in the sky.
Who are these beings in the sky?
Like the birds.
Mm.
Birds and some dragons, but you don't see dragons in this dimension, but they're out there in other dimensions.
And so, why do you have wings? And how did you come to get wings or develop wings?
I got wings so that I could observe every aspect of this planet from the earth, from the sky. And I manifested these wings. Thoth showed me how
Mm-hmm.
in his mystery school.
Mm. And what was that process like to develop these wings?
Well, it wasn't easy and it wasn't short. It took a long time.
Oh.
It's mind over matter.
Mm.
Many days of sitting and meditating, envisioning myself with these beautiful white wings,
Mm-hmm.
putting my body in a way that pretended and felt like it was flying and envisioning that I was flying like that.
And how long did this process take?
19 months. I wouldn't sit all day, but I would sit for a couple hours every day with the same visualization over and over and over, feeling it within every cell of my body that these wings would just sprout, envisioning myself flying over tops of trees and landing in the tops of trees and flying over the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
and me taking care of my wings. Every aspect you would think of having wings, you visualize and you meditate over it, and you feel it in every cell of your body. Feel it with love, and that growing these wings is for the greatest good of all. And loving how you feel in these wings and look in these wings,
Mm-hmm.
and imagining how beautiful everything looks when you're gliding around with your wings.
Mm. And can you describe the size of your wings?
Oh, yes, they're about 2 feet farther out from my arm span.
Mm-hmm.
And they're 2 to 3 feet depth in wing and feathers. And there's 2 rows of feathers, and they're all white, beautiful white.
Mm.
They connect to my back behind my shoulder blades.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I bring them forward is just visualize and feel and sink into them coming out and open and popping out out of my skin. It doesn't hurt because it's just energy,
Mm-hmm.
mind over matter, diving deep into my sacral of creativity, out through my heart center. It's something that brought me great joy and a sense of freedom.
And what brought you great joy? The process or the wings
The
themselves?
wings themselves and the things that I could do and see when I had them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And the protection I could bring. When one can see everywhere, it brings great protection, like an eagle.
Mm-hmm. And so, what was the main purpose of these wings?
Protection and observation.
Mm.
Ma'at's main role was observation,
Observation.
foreseeing.
Was that her main role in that life, or in all aspects of herself?
All aspects of herself,
Mm-hmm.
to understand what goes, what stays, what goes forward,
Mm-hmm.
what gets left behind, what's not working, what needs to work,
And
how it's
so,
working, how it's not working, as
mm-hmm.
within, so without.
Mm-hmm. And so you say her main purpose was observation and protection also.
Protection, observation.
And so how does
Observation for seeding the planet, yes.
mm-hmm.
Protection to understand how to protect
Mm-hmm.
and the beings within it.
And so in our current day, we associate Ma'at with balance and divine law and natural order. What's the relationship between observation and protection and what we think of her now?
They are one and the same, are they not?
Mm-hmm. Can you describe that a little bit?
Observation and protection go hand in hand with balance and order.
Mm-hmm.
We do not observe what is out of balance. We are not flying around for thinking of protection. We do not know how to protect those that are out of balance and what is causing out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't stop and look and observe every aspect, every angle, every cell, every molecule, all the energy, then we do not know what is going to be out of balance, and we don't know how to fix it. So she's protecting the earth of balance.
Mm-hmm.
And the way to do that is by observing every aspect to ensure the seeds, the proper seeds are getting seeded to bring that balance back and to keep it here,
Mm-hmm.
to protect earth from destruction.
And why don't we directly associate observation and protection with Ma'at?
No one knew what she did.
Why not?
She was very quiet about what she did. To be a true observer, you are silent. You cannot observe things you do not see if everyone's obstructing your vision.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone knows who she is, they put on a different show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To be quiet, to observe, is the ultimate observer.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone knew that she was the one who did all of the observing to plant the seeds for Earth to be who she is in this moment, Earth may look very different.
Mm-hmm.
So we say Ma'at's role to the people was keeping balance. They would perceive that as she's walking around observing, but maybe not at the observation level in which she was observing. They may have think observing from a high level to keep balance and order, meaning to ensure there was enough food for everyone, to ensure there was enough money for everyone to live, to ensure there was clothes on their back, houses to live in. From a top level observation from a human perspective, It's all about how do we live, and is someone keeping our living in balance? Yes or no?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But if you go into the depths of Ma'at and who she really is as the mother of the universe, as Ma'at, she is an exquisite, deep down observer of every little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew that because nobody was supposed to.
I
That is not their
understand.
perception.
Mm-hmm. And so the humans would see her observing how much food there was and if there was enough of this or that, but she was doing far more.
Like philanthropy work, you would say here. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So to them, she looked like a philanthropist in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And for the 42 principles, when they were getting ready to die or prepare for their death in the human world and that existence, they would see her as a kind individual who is still weighing out the balance of homes for them.
Mm-hmm.
Homes meaning home life, lifestyle of those families.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Are they going to be taken care of once I pass on? How does that look? And then this is where the morals get into play of those 42 principles of Ma'at. If I'm getting ready to die and my family is still here grieving me, will they still be taken care of in the balance of life? If I was, quote unquote, a sinner in my belief system, and I was not following the moral compass of this 42 principles of Ma'at, perhaps then my family won't be taken care of as such because I did bad deeds.
Mm-hmm.
But really, in Ma'at, being the extreme observer she was and is, was more like thinking, what lessons did they learn in this incarnate, and which ones did they not, and which ones they need repeated, and which seeds they need in the next life to grow or relearn or learn altogether. But the perception of the human at that level was not aware of her true skills and gifts and why she was here.
Mm-hmm.
It would not make sense to them, and it would throw their perception of being a human incarnate off.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else?
Yes, I think that we should point out that those 42 principles from a human being's perspective is really looking from a human perspective as judgment, yes?
Mm-hmm. I could see
But
that.
Ma'at was not looking at it as judgment. She was looking at those more as, what is the next mix we should give this soul when they come back, or are they done?
Right. And then this is what creates balance.
And this is what creates balance, yes. From a human's perspective, they think judgment because ego is judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And humans are driven by ego.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, they would think that the perception is judgment, judgment of morals, judgment of values. But
Mm-hmm.
that is not Ma'at.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a judger of society and people. She's a judgment of growth
Mm-hmm.
and the planet's well-being as a whole.
Right.
This is important to know.
Mm-hmm.
She's a judgment and protector of growth, soul growth, not
She's
of values and morals.
Is this something that she really wants people to understand?
Yes, this is the misconception written everywhere. And she is not a judgmental being. She's a being of pure love.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at this planet as growth and opportunity and beauty and harmony and peace.
Mm-hmm.
That is balance.
Yes. It sounds like she operates on a much higher plane than what humans are able to understand.
Much so. 12th dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes up to 15.
Hmm. I'm curious now about light language. Is there
Yeah.
any wisdom or information around light language that Ma'at can share?
Light language is the language of the universe. It is the original language of the universe and beings. This English in which we speak now on this planet has evolved from light language. Same with different foreign languages across your planet, where it was seeded with these different beings who had their own light language, had then since then evolved into what they speak as now, as an example of German or French or Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
They all originated from their own galactic light language of
Mm.
sound. This sound of this language, however, was telepathic. It was not written. It was not voiced through a mouth.
Mm.
It was telepathic with symbols.
Mm.
Symbols will shown telepathically, and their meaning is light language.
Mm.
Over time, to communicate, when we were creating earth and seeding language, everyone spoke light language, because when we got into earth and we seeded the fact of separation, not remembering, then it just evolved into languages of the beings of where they were seated in what area geographically.
Mm.
So we would say Syrian beings had their own light language, Syrian light language. And when they incarnated into human form, and let's say they were placed in Maya territories and the Incas,
Mm-hmm.
then in that area, they evolved into their own language with sound over
Mm-hmm.
time into words, into their own foreign language.
Mm.
This is how light language should be interpreted.
Mm-hmm.
It is the original language of all souls.
Mm.
If you were to put 5 symbols in front of Angie, for example, she would know what they are in light language and say them, and it would resonate with her highest self.
Mm-hmm.
This is how light language works, because language is symbols and frequency and vibration.
Mm. And
And
how does
if you were to record light language as it comes out in form of energy or air, you would see that you're whispering out basically a symbol.
mm. And how does sound come in?
We brought in sound because telepathy doesn't work here at this time on this planet for
Mm.
most individuals, yes?
Mm-hmm. And so are you saying that when light language is spoken, it's spoken telepathically through symbols and in
Yes,
other play? Okay.
yes.
And
Or
so,
yes,
mhm.
yes.
And so when certain people on Earth now are able to speak light language with sound,
Mhm.
What can you tell me about that? What does that
They're
mean?
tapping into their galactic being,
Mm,
which is a form of awakening, as we see being spectacular and exciting.
mm,
They're tapping into those frequencies and vibrations that are hitting your planet every day. And it's
mm.
awakening that within.
And so for humans who experience that awakening to light language, what should they do with it?
Keep practicing it. The more you practice, the more you speak, the more you try to write, to try to read, the stronger it will become, which will be important for future years in your reality.
And why is it important?
Because someday your visitors will speak light language. This is how you will communicate.
Mm,
2028, light language will be very important
mm.
in
Can you tell
written
me?
form and verbal form.
Mm. Can you tell me anything else about that?
Not at this time.
Okay. And so, where and how did light language originate?
From source.
Mm,
It is very much, it, mm, it is its form of communication to all the
mhm,
stars.
mhm.
We must communicate.
And what is the relationship between light language and Ma'at?
Yes. She is a speaker of many light languages, as
Mm,
she is quite the observer. She is not just an observer on this planet, she is an observer out in the universe.
mhm,
She is our key observer.
mhm,
When you observe, you learn. She has learned
mhm,
many light languages from her observing.
mhm,
That's how she can tap into all different frequencies of all different realms and all different people. It's
mm,
how she can
mhm,
channel all different walks of universal life, per se.
mhm,
This is how she can write it, translate it. She knows what others are saying because she's observed it.
mm,
We would say she's the grand master observer of the universe,
mm.
of this universe.
Are there others like her in different universes?
Yes, there's one in every universe.
Mm,
There is one mother of the universe in every universe who holds the feminine balance for each universe, the love of the universe in its highest form.
mhm. Now, going back to that life in Egypt, where Ma'at was observing, and there was the palace and all the hustle and bustle of the city. Is there anything specific or anything else important to know about that specific lifetime?
We are checking. For Ma'at, we would say, she played the pivotal role in how the golden age moved through and transitioned through Egypt. We would also point out that she wasn't just there in the 18th century where everyone seems to be fixated on your planet right now. And she was always there during, before, after, for thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't start incarnating as a human form in the womb until about 630 BC. Prior to that, she was in and out her ship and her body, her light body and her hologrammed Ma'at body for thousands and thousands of years, observing and planting and seeding. Most of the things everyone experiences here on this planet now were seeded here from Ma'at, constantly keeping balance and score for planet Earth. She is the love of the universe, and she feels very deeply on a daily level, even still today. It's important we get her story out. It's been so misconstrued. And there were reasons why we kept her story safe for all these years. People weren't ready for it yet. They're opening to it now. The love frequency is coming through and opening hearts every day now. Hearts need to open more to allow this balance to be safe and protected for Earth. It's still out of balance, but the feminine balance is the key to true balance, and it's still missing and it's still off balance. But when people's hearts open to the love, that is true feminine balance of being nurturing, protecting, loving, being true to themselves, loving themselves, unconditional love in its purest form. That is how balance will be restored to this planet, to the human race. Love. It seems so simple when we describe it, but it seems so hard here on this planet.
Why is it so hard?
So much war, so much ego-driven anger, too much mass destruction and masculinity energy. The masculine energy is thick like tar here. It's like a virus that came in and intercepted this planet long, long ago. We're here to clear it. All of us light workers and way showers and high-vibrational beings, we're all here at this time to clear that tar. All these vibrations and energies and flashes are coming through this planet's core at this time to open that heart frequency, clear that tar. Imagine a green ball of light with dirt all over it. And every time a new surge comes through, it breaks that dirt up and allows for more light to shine. That is what we're doing. That is why we're here now. Angie's having a hard time opening up to who she is. We would like to take this time to remind her of who she is. That it is okay for her to step into this role without judging herself. We see it as she sees it's big, but it's for the greatest good of all.
And can I ask who is talking right now?
This is Source. Pure love, divine love. She is our angel. You are our angel. So many angels here at this time. This world is so important to the greatest good. Not just humanity. Everything, everywhere. Outside you cannot see. Some call me God, some call me Source. To me, myself, I am just one big light. We all serve a purpose. And those that we just cannot see, in time they will. But I'm always around. We're always listening. We're always sending love and guidance, support. We're all immortal beings. We're all of light.
And who is we?
Everyone, collectively, all souls.
Mm-hmm. And if there was one thing that you would like to say or bring forth right now, what would it be?
Love.
Mm-hmm.
We're all special, divine souls of love. We see that you forget here on this planet. There's so much more outside of yourself. And we're hoping to wake that up soon, so everyone can share within that harmony and peace of knowing who you are, where you come from. That you're not just an Angie body or an Alex body, but you are a beautiful light body who has roamed this galaxy and universes for thousands and thousands upon thousands and thousands of years. And that we are so much more than what we know and what we appear to be in a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
We thank you, Alex.
Thank you for sharing this truth and this guidance. And is Angie ready to come back?
She's ready. Her body is starting to hurt her.
Okay. Well, I thank you with deep gratitude for this session today.
We thank you. Thank you for your service.
Okay. And so, Angie, begin to feel and become aware of all the parts of you that make up Angie here and now in this incarnation, in this reality in 2024. Draw back all the parts of you into your body, into your energy. And each breath in draws you further back together